Indeed, I swear I'm addicted to this game. Send help. Okay, I don't think I had any more quests to do in Seaport. Right? No. Right, I just have to wait for that, I guess. Just need to check my farm. It's a library. Okay, gotcha. Meat. Right, that's the local tavern keeper, right? Unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, it is. Knock knock.
Hi, are you the guy who's taking care of that runaway?
One with a funny
Runaway?
hat.
What are you talking about?
It would seem we've been bamboozled.
You've got to be kidding me. Seriously? Still, I guess we can tell his father he's alive at
How
least.
rude. Jeez. Oh god, okay. I really am just gonna have to change to a new controller soon. Because this whole stick thing is annoying me. Yay! Let's mount it up. Dang it, I tried to dismount before I hit the wall.
Hey there, your son come back yet?
No, I haven't seen him. Where could he be?
He's in Seafront. Or he was, until he ran away again.
Oh, crud. Let me guess. Did he tell you an elaborate story and then ask for help?
Afraid so.
That boy is... Well, he's a bit of a dirty liar. I probably should have mentioned that.
Yeah,
So that whole
you
story was
shoulda.
a setup. He sent us on a wild goose chase and then gave us the slip.
Crap, why'd I put my water bottle? Oh.
Since I cannot imagine you letting this go, perhaps we should return to Seafront.
So much back and forth.
Good idea. We can't let him get away with this. What's
All right.
wrong?
How can a son bring so much
First, I'm gonna go
despair to
check
his
the,
family? He seems completely ignorant of the pain he has caused. It's deplorable.
What am I doing?
I love it when you sound like a grumpy old man, Vice.
Perhaps I only sound that way because I have existed since time immemorial.
How old are you anyway?
You know, I'm not exactly sure.
They say memory loss is a sign of old age.
Well, it's still preferable to being a deplorable liar like that son.
I try. What you got for me?
Which job should I give you first?
Oh, right,
Come
different
back.
job. Because I already have a question mark, so I'll just replace one I have. Alright, let's see if the garden's grown. So it has, then I can put those melons in. Well, that's sweet. Oh, that's not fully grown yet. Oh, I got baited. Okay. Sad. Fine, I'll leave. Yeah, I guess I will just wait till tomorrow then. Okay. Back to seafront. Right, I used all my medicinal herbs. I need to actually get more. Alright, huh.
You're looking for a kid who ran away from home? There was
Yup.
a strange kid asking people questions earlier. I think he was trying to learn how to get into Facade.
Ah.
Maybe we should go take a look.
So is that our next objective in that? It's kind of Facade. Okay, that's what I thought. Well, I'm not really inclined to go back to Facade until I can actually go into that other area and not have to worry about freaking Sandstorm turning me away. Dang it. Not a sharp enough turn. So, first step is to go to the junk heap and see if I can upgrade that sword I just got from Facade. Because if I can do that, then it might be better than my current sword. And it means I don't have to wait for a second titanium alloy to upgrade the starter sword. Which would be ideal, for sure, for sure. I was gonna ask why they're hiding in here, but then I realized the sun's out, and that's really cool. Look at them all hiding in the shade like a bunch of cowards. And now, these missile are actually useful, because I had to give them away for a quest. God, this music has been in my head for the past few days, just on a loop. Boils.
How c need some work done on your weapon?
That's not what I want.
Come.
Wait, no. Hold on.
How need some work done on your weapon?
I'm gonna try. Rebirth. What do we need? 4 iron ore and 1 twisted ring. So the attack powers, but the magic is lower, which sucks because I tend to use a lot of magic. So, unfortunate.
Come back.
I suppose you
How can
sell
need some
titanium
work done
alloy
on your
now.
weapon?
That'd be too useful, right? Yeah.
Come back. How can I
Yeah.
need some work done on your weapon?
So it's 4 iron ore and a twisted ring. I saw that you saw the ore, but do you sell the ring?
How can I
Because if
need
so,
some
I'll
work done on your weapon?
upgrade it just so that I have it upgraded. You don't sell the ring. Well then, no point in buying that.
Come back.
Alright. And we away. Alright, hopefully we can dodge that frickin'... Okay, we did. Perfect. It's overcast now, so they're out and about. You know what? Let's prog. Why not? Maybe I'll unlock a new place to get titanium alloy. Which, I ain't gonna complain about. If I remember correctly, the path's up here. I remember, did someone give us the map to this place? I feel like yes, but I also feel like no. Like, I feel like maybe Popula gave us the map, but maybe she didn't. Ooh. Well, it's definitely forest.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, when
You
isn't
know,
there
a
trouble?
little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Hello there, individual.
Beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There's a strange new sensation in my mind. It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
If you can
What
speak
is
to
going
me,
on?
I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The death dream. Huh.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, that could explain things.
Yes, I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations. It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator.
What is going on?
Just demolished it utterly. I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
Is he not finding it strange that there's a narrator? Oh, and now we're not even using words anymore. Huh. Huh. Hmm. I mean, that's just Vice, isn't it? Nani? I think so. Secret seems right. Hmm. That's either light or sunlight or something like that. Sunlight. Bum, bum, bum. I'm sad I can't see it, but I can see it in my head, and that's kind of pretty. Nani? Legs. What? None of... hang on, am I just stupid? Legs. What? Hang on, am I just stupid? This doesn't make any sense to me. Legs. 1 in the morning, 2 at noon, and the night with 3. I must just be dumb. Because this legit doesn't make any sense to me. Legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but in the night 3. 3 legs. I don't know. A man? How is that correct? What? How? Okay, we'll get to that in a second. How did that riddle make any sense? How does a man have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, and 3 at the end of the night? I don't get it. That actually just hurts my brain. Also, what? Oh. Okay. Huh? Wait. Okay. Okay. God, what just happened? Huh. Okay. Wait, hang on. Hold on. Sorry, my brain's working. Yabbity, bada, so they weren't. Okay. Oh no. Okay. I have concerns as to what it means. Yeah, about that.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
One of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
So, okay. So we got that. Okay.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Nah, you should definitely be thinking about it. Oh, damn, this place is small. Okay. Oh, do I have to go through and wake these guys up too? Okay, hold on. I need to touch all this stuff first. Alright. Oh. Alright, take me into your dreamscape.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world
Same.
freaks me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Oh, screw it, I'm gonna read this out loud. I breathe air scented with death, and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior. I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Sure, this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all the gods, help me. Impossibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy in a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? Oh god. I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Tyroxic. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Tyroxic extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. Never thought I'd hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. That's nice. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Oh. At the end of the corridor, find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door of the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of grey matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. Jesus Christ. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed east or south. So we just went north, so let's go east. Squint down north. The end of the path. For the rest of my way, starts with physical and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually, I can stand the sight of the waters no longer, so my eyes turn upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears the outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It's a stunning costume, even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by the most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted on the portrait. I have been admiring a row of corpses, blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough! Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed south. And then east. At the end of this path, I find myself in a great hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table, upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head, but as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in their remains, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands, then slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs proved to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat, up the back, and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. What is this game? For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. Why did I choose to read this one? My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. Though in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. Break it down, someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Tyroxic and Grimoire of Ice, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress? Asks Vice. Then you are a woman, madam. I am. I proffer the two with a smile. I suppose that comes as something of surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I mean, this is weird. I can see that the one known as Tyroxia is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, and he hides it well. Okay. Okay. Anyway, with a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. Behind of us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades. Okay, that's
Do you have anything to say
nice.
about
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
that? I hear that.
God, I don't want to help these people wake up. This is awful. Oh god, please have a more pleasant dream, sir.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
Please, for the love of God, be better. It's playing Kaine in the background. This is obviously better. A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Vice and Tyroxic had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those must be huge if we can see them from this far away.
Yo, he's actually talking. What?
What do you think, Vice?
As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage.
Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Tyroxic nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in his place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflected from the road made Tyroxic lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Someone playing a joke on us or what? And planning had already begun. Vice tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said. No joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not. But thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to bear. Tyroxic glanced at Vice's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Tyroxic's feet grew more painful, and his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead, because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Vice, in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Tyroxic lifted his gaze. Suddenly he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road, with his mouth and eyes wide open, and his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cried. It's water. Water? Asked Vice. Preposterous. I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead of us. Look, the sun is reflecting off it. Without waiting for a response, Tyroxic sprang to life and bounded toward the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Tyroxic closed his eyes and sighed as Vice floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. Tyroxic shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly, he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide once more. Wait, there it is! I just missed it! Look, it's right there! Tyroxic sprinted off again, leaving Vice no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Tyroxic came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour, until an exasperated Vice finally floated up to Tyroxic and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once! There is no water here! Tyroxic's face clouded. There isn't? There is not. And perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Vice paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted, since we have finally arrived in the city of art. Tyroxic looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried Tyroxic, completely forgetting the heat and pain of the past few hours. I've never seen anything so big. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up toward the sky, but that was where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires to their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. Oh, it's a city. Like an actual skyscraper city. What kind of city is this? Said Taroxic. Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent on steel rails. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, Taroxic and Vice eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Taroxic uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable, except for a single word chiseled into their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. As Taroxic moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from over the top of one of the sculptures. Alighting on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said Taroxic. They're alive. The triplets bowed low before Taroxic. Please, said Alpha, you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Taroxic and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake, you know. I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is a fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. The respective pleas given, the 3 statues returned to their frozen state as sounds once again enveloped the city. Okay, hang on. Also, this is a new form of Kaine. Alright, so one of them is lying. Oh no, 2 of them are lying. So, I'll put this all... So she's... And so if he's lying... Alright, so Beta's the real one, right? Sorry, my brain is being really slow right now. Probably because of the music. Right, because if he's... Yeah, it's... Beta's the real one. Because he's lying. He's telling the truth. He's lying. I'm pretty sure I'm right. When you consider all of the statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Vice. Taroxic furrowed his eyebrows and considered his answer. Only one form is real. The others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. I'm pretty sure it's Beta? The real one is Beta? Though Taroxic's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, which I certainly had, he was relieved to see Vice nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Vice, in the dry tones of a lecture, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, that theory crumbles. Now let us presume Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which leads us with 2 statues telling the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense. Therefore, Beta must be real. I knew that. Obs. As Vice finished his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. Congratulations, villager, said Vice in a cheerful tone. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as it could go before an uncomfortable Taroxic pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this? Asked Vice. Have you been to this city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape, then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could ever have been to a place like this. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Déjà vu, muttered Tyroxic, just like the mayor. The vague sense of unease that struck Tyroxic during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
This is a very interesting segment.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay.
That was a
there.
very interesting
now all
segment.
the villagers can wake up, right?
As far as, like, potentially explaining things.
I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
Wow, this looks valuable. I can
Got a
really have
sword.
it.
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
Yo, that's just incredible. Hold on. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Now I kind of want to go and see what it takes to upgrade this puppy.
So how was the village?
Interesting.
It's truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Ironically, there were a lot of words.
Neat.
Let's get back to Popla. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
Alright, boar. Dang it. I wonder what this is gonna look like, just yeeting off these stairs. Thanks, buddy. Alright. Got all our medicinal herbs finally. Since I don't need to break these anymore.
Need some work?
I can upgrade it? Oh, but it makes it slightly heavier, but I mean, it's still light, that's still fine. Alright, you need 1 silver ore, 1 natural rubber? Oh. Hang on.
Come back.
I need to go to Seafront. Hold up.
Need some work done on your weapon?
So, 1 silver ore. We don't sell any, so I need to go to
Come back.
Seafront. We'll stop by Popola's on our way through, just to see what the next direction the story's gonna take us. But yeah, we going to Seafront, picking up a natural rubber. I'll probably pick up like 10 just to be safe, and come back and upgrade Faith again. This sword is nice. Rude. I'm just trying to get my map or whatever. I'll just run with it. Pretty cool.
Death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah.
It was something, all right.
It's, I'm thinking it might be pretty ancient.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick, after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things. Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried, so maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Well, I had to go to Seafront anyway to pick up my natural rubber, so that works out pretty well.
A canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
True.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.